This is great. This is like Mag Room After Dark.
20 after 10 on a Friday night.
Friday night in the Mag Room.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag Room. Mag Room. The Mag Room. The Mag Room.
So yeah,
Okay.
Tonight I'm a geographical bachelor.
Yeah, you used that joke in a text message to me. Is that do people say that? Is that a saying that people say, or did you
Yeah,
make
like
that
your
up?
wife's out of the zip code. I don't know.
I've never heard it before.
The area code. But you said, like I said, I liked what you said, that season 2 was better than your season 1 was better than season
Of Geographical
2.
Bachelor.
It would be a great show, though. Because I would
What-
feel like when people's wives go away,
What do
they
they
probably
do?
stupid
Did you do anything? I see you're not wearing any clothes. Other than that, or did you do anything weird tonight?
I got 3 tattoos.
Nice. Anything on the neck? You'd
Yep.
make a good neck tattoo guy.
Really?
Yeah, like
Maybe
a
I should
dagger.
do that. So that's, I mean, so I have like, that's why I said I could do this at 10:30. I didn't do anything fun. I went to a
Did you eat chocolate cake or anything like that, or?
I had Jersey Mike sub, sponsored
Okay.
by Mag Room, sponsored by Jersey Mike subs.
What'd you have?
I like their number 7, turkey with provolone. They even say it's their most popular. I get a little bacon on it, some lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, oregano, salt and pepper, oil and vinegar, mayo, mustard.
Jesus.
It's
Do you get the? I didn't hear you say the cherry pepper relish.
No, it's too much for me.
So that makes every sandwich better. If there's
I
mayonnaise,
don't think I've ever had it.
well, how the would you know if it's too much for you then?
That's true. But I just named 12 things. Like if I throw that on there,
Just
what
go
I like
basics.
my combo.
All right. You should try it at some point. Well,
I know,
no, you
I
don't like
agree.
to try new things. I'm sorry.
What?
Nothing.
I do like to try new things. I like to try new things on the margin.
Yeah, we already
Like-
had this
like-
discussion where trying new potato chips was out too far or out of your league. You couldn't.
What?
You said if you went. It was whatever episode Aaron was on. We were talking about potato chips. And you
Chips.
said, I don't want to ruin my whole lunch by getting a bag of. We remember we were talking about.
Yes.
You'd be able to buy single potato chips.
Well, that's like whatever. It depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah, whatever.
Like just
Okay.
to try it out. I don't know.
It's potato chips.
Like if I
Try-
got cherry
just try a
relish on
new-
it and I didn't like it, then my whole dinner's shot.
Just buy another sandwich.
What am I, Donald Trump? Come on.
You don't have to be too wealthy to afford 2
Buy
sandwiches,
2
do you?
sandwiches?
Are you living sandwich to sandwich, Jared?
I am.
Aw, I'm sorry, pal.
The other one I texted you about that I wanted to ask you about. So I went this Sunday. I went with Brendan past Sunday to UConn game, the noon game. The men played. They sucked. They lost. And then the women were at 4, and it was $5 more to go to the women. So I said, Brendan, do you want? He had no.
It costs
school.
more to go to the women's game?
No, $5 more. Like the men's ticket.
Oh, you paid
$40.
Okay,
And they're
okay,
like, if you
okay.
bought a men's ticket for $5 more, you can go to
I
the women's
gotcha.
game.
Okay.
We were like, great. I said to Brendan, you want to go? You have no school the next day. So we stayed. We went to both games. The women won. And then on the way home, we got burger at Plan B Burger, your favorite burger place.
Don't put cherry pepper relish on it. It might ruin it. You'll ruin your burger and you have to buy you another one. And I won't be able to pay the mortgage next month.
Watched
Burger.
half the
We're living
Giants
sandwich to
game,
sandwich, Brennan.
who the Giants won, so that was fun.
Just a quick question. Are the UConn women still like top 5, top 10?
Yeah, they're in the top echelon. Yeah, they were, good shooting and...
I just don't watch sports anymore.
No, so that was the most sports I'd watched in months or years. Like, I watched 2 basketball games and half of the football.
Were y'all pumped up when you got home? Go out and shoot hoops in the driveway?
Yeah, I shot some hoops, smashed beer cans on my head. So the UConn games are at Hartford Civic Center, which is
The
now
Civvy.
named something different, but I still know it as the Civic Center.
What? Oh, it's a corporate? It's a corporate
yeah, it's
name
like
now?
the XL Center.
Okay.
XL
Oh, that's right. It is the
Center
XL
Insurance.
Center. You're right. Yeah. I thought that was
You
the
think I was
men's
wrong? But the one thing,
You said something like the XL Center.
Oh,
You didn't
sorry.
say definitive. You didn't say it's definitively the XL Center.
So at the game, though, they had the Kiss Cam. The Kiss Cam still exists.
I didn't get why you were befuddled that this still exists. Why would they not have the kiss cam?
I don't know.
Think
It's
it might lead to rape or something.
Just awkward.
Yeah, that's why it's awesome.
Throw it on next to people next to each other. One guy went totally in for it. It was great. Another two, it looked like it was a brother sister. She was like,
no,
you didn't do it. No.
Oh, sissy.
And then one guy, they kissed, like sort of politely kissed, and then they always name a winner. I don't know how they judge the winner of the kiss.
Sexy is.
And they double back to him, so they double back to this guy.
And he's nailing
and the girl, the girl just was like, put up her hand and didn't want to kiss again.
Yeah, I'm going down on him now.
Nice.
Take the camera away.
I like how that's what you said. I'm like, I can't. And you said, no, you think it should be something more hardcore at this point.
Yeah, I didn't. So you think it because it's awkward, they'd stop using it? I don't get it. You mean
people complain about now and they get rid of it?
Okay, so that's what I was curious. That's why I didn't. I'm surprised that would come into your head. It just doesn't seem like something that people would get.
It seems a little bit like it's forcing the people to kiss each other.
Rapey, you're the rape cam.
So it's like a little bit like you would figure.
How do you look? The rape cam's on us.
It would fall around. Like peer pressure. Like, hey, you gotta kiss each other.
Do it.
If you don't do it, we all like food.
Kiss her.
Food.
You.
So yeah, they actually killed one of the guys who didn't kiss the girl.
Nice. I read about that in the news. That was sad.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, why?
Yeah, it is weird that they didn't outlaw it after all that, huh? Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
The rape murder camp.
Remember the show? You remember the show? Yeah, that would be a bit much. Remember the show MASH?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was watching it tonight. I swear
Really?
to God, yeah.
You swear to God.
Got home from work. I stayed late at work to help. My friend was helping me fix my printer, and I got home and I texted you, and we weren't sure when we were going to go, so I said I'm going to take a nap. I didn't get home till like 7:30 tonight. Long day for the old Markster.
Wow.
And so I just put on the TV and kind of closed my eyes for 23 minutes and 21 seconds actually. That's what I set my alarm for.
Is that like shown to be something that?
No, I just like random numbers.
I see.
Yeah,
why are those numbers more random than 20 minutes?
I just spun the little wheel that
I see.
And I stopped at about where I thought it was going to be 20 minutes, and then I spun the second hand just for the of it.
All right. That's the kind of guy who gets cherry relish on his sandwich.
Oh, but learns to love. That's like I didn't know I liked Dr. Pepper until one day I was just like, why have I never tried Dr. Pepper? Love it.
Plus, Dr. 3 out of 4 Dr. Peppers recommended.
I didn't go to med school. I don't know why I thought he was so stupid and I was so smart. So yeah, I started drinking it. Never looked back, Jared.
I like Dr. Pepper as well.
Right?
Underrated.
Yeah. How come there aren't any Dr. Pepper cocktails? I've thought of this before.
There's got to be, but they're not popular. They're not
like popular. A Jack and Dr. Pepper would probably be
really great.
Dr. Jack, you can call it something.
At the Bagroom Festival, let's only get as a mixer Dr. Pepper. You have a vodka tonic? We only have Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So you can have vodka Dr. Pepper.
Did you say gin and Dr. Pepper? Yeah, I got that.
So you fell asleep and then MASH was on?
I didn't know they could make a margarita with a Dr. Pepper. MASH was on when I was taking my nap, so yeah, I was, what's the number they are? The 401k?
Oh, 4077?
4077, that's right. Very good.
So the other day, Michelle and I had finished whatever show we were watching, so I'm like, hey, let's watch. And then that was just on I don't know, some reason it came to my mind. So we watched the first episode. Also very rapey in that show. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of humor of like Alan Alda trying to make out with girls that don't want anything to do with him.
Yeah, that was a trope of every comedy in from like the 60s to the 90s.
But I feel like that's on every episode.
Well, I mean, to the point where it was sort of like, I think people sort of looked at it as like romantic, you know. A lot of rom-coms are like the guy just chasing the girl to the point where you're like, in real life, this girl would have charges pressed against him. You know, that's as stalky as it can be.
Yeah, in this episode, the nurse, he like puts himself on her, and
so but
then at the end, she's letting him like make out with her, and even though
works,
aged.
Works 100% of the time, except in real life where you get thrown in jail and you have to have your mom come get you out of jail. Like, what were you doing?
You know what would get you out of this situation? A Dr. Pepper.
Or a lawyer. Do they make a lawyer pepper? Because I might need a lawyer pepper and vodka, please.
Ooh, we should make you know how they do those rip-off sodas at the, like there's like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Rocket.
We should do different jobs, like lawyer pepper and garbage man pepper.
Accountant pepper.
They couldn't get us for that, right?
We'll spell pepper differently.
Peepers, Dr.
Or
Peepers.
Pfeffer. We'll do Pfeffer. I'll take an accountant Pfeffer and vodka, please. Easy on the accountant Pfeffer.
We don't have any Dr. Pepper. We have lawyer Pfeffer. Do you want? All right. Anything else you got to start? Anything interesting in your life?
Your son last week. We kind of mentioned it. You told me that he asked you before the show started. He said, I forgot how you phrased it. Who runs the show?
Who runs the show?
So I think I always kind of say you do, because you do, but I am going to I'm going to give you a little quiz today. In the spirit of NPR, I'm going to rip something up again from them. Have you ever heard the little limerick news quiz they do?
NPR does dirty limericks? I didn't know.
No, not dirty. Just
is that
limericks.
like NPR After Dark?
No, they do limericks related to current news stories.
Okay. Is that on? Hold on. What?
Yes, exactly. So I'm just
stealing
yet another piece of their their online.
Hold on, huh? What?
Okay, so here it is. I'm going to read you a limerick, and then you're going to have to guess the last word of said limerick. And it's based on all three are based on news stories that happened. Really, I got them this morning. So
is this as good as the trivia I did last week about the Washington Post story about the?
It's not that good. No, I couldn't.
Okay.
That was a good one. Okay, ready?
Yep.
I need a copy of Shakespeare's Macbeth, a tale of corruption and death, but the library is closed with sanctions imposed due to contamination of what?
Meth.
Yes, very good.
You have a ding sound? Ding, ding, ding.
Yep. For the second time in as many months,
they had meth in the library?
Twice in 2 months.
What?
It's okay. So, a library in Colorado, and it happened to has temporarily closed its doors to clean up from meth contamination. The Englewood Public Library in Colorado said that it shut its doors last Wednesday after tests showed exhaust vents reflected meth contamination with levels above state thresholds.
Why were they testing their vents for meth contamination? Is that a regular thing institutions do?
Libraries. A lot of meth heads out in libraries.
That's like in the legal document of library. You got to do meth checks every month. Where's it coming from?
The tests taken in Englewood.
They have a meth lab in the basement. They're like,
twice in 2 months, you guys set up a meth lab in the rare books section? It's unbelievable.
God, we got to get more people back in reading books.
Maybe we should put a camera. We should put a camera back there. Maybe that would help. The tests taken in Englewood on January 6th were done as a proactive measure after the reports from Boulder, the city said in a press release.
Oh, Boulder had some meth library?
That's what I was going to say. It happened twice in 2 months in Englewood, and it happened in Boulder. So,
what the hell's going on?
I don't want to focus too much on the story itself because I want to make sure.
Yeah, but I don't even know what's going on.
This comes just weeks after Boulder closed their main library in December due to contamination from the drug. The library reopened January 9th, but bathrooms will remain closed off to visitors.
Oh, so people are doing meth in the bathroom.
Why don't I?
Great.
What happened to my teeth? Ever since I started hanging out at the library, I don't have teeth anymore. All right, here, I want to go back to this thing now. Ready?
Hold on. What?
Number
this
2
is much better than what I do. Maybe you should be in charge.
If you bid high, you'll garner a prize from a Silicon Valley downsize. Now Twitter will auction some of the concoction of their surplus blank.
Do the rhyme again?
If you bid high, you'll garner a prize from a Silicon Valley downsize. That thing, remember that.
Yeah.
Now Twitter will auction some of the concoction of their surplus. What
does it rhyme with though?
Prize, downsize.
Oh, I see.
And then think of the number of syllables there are.
Surplus
of their surplus.
Megabytes, storage area,
office supplies.
Are you saying like for every article I do now, I should make up one of these rhymes? Is that
Nope. I'm just saying that I can.
Okay. This is
I can usurp the power. I want you to tell your son tonight that Mark stole the power away from me. He gets to lead the show tonight.
You can do it.
Twitter auctioned off office supplies, including a pizza oven and a neon bird sign. So their San Francisco offices are, I guess, just downsizing.
But wait a second.
So they're selling off office supplies. Yes.
When you think of office supplies, I don't think of a pizza oven.
You don't have a pizza oven in your office at work?
No.
No?
No one does. How many people?
Surely you have a giant bird neon bird sign. Yeah, it's bright blue.
Does that mean, I guess that means Twitter's hurting for money? That doesn't seem like it would raise that much money.
Well, what if I told you that you could buy a kegerator?
I mean, you could buy one at the store.
You could also buy miscellaneous power adapters.
Do they need these things to work? Like, they might need the power adapters to work.
No, they were all being used for the kegerator and the pizza oven.
And the neon
they're just selling the corresponding power adapters, yeah.
So they don't have a break room anymore?
Can I give you your last one?
Sure.
In Australia, they found a real thriller. Invasive species, a nuisance, a killer. A creature so massive, with behavior not passive, they've dubbed this huge monster... I'm going to do it one more time.
Jim Lassive.
How come you don't understand? Do you not know how limericks work? It's Toadzilla. Nearly 6-pound Toadzilla found in Australia breaks the record for the largest toad. Park rangers in northern Australia found a cane toad so giant that it provoked gasps and disbelief. The toad, which the rangers nicknamed Toadzilla. Dude, you got to see the picture. The thing is gigantic. It looks like a big turtle. Weighed in what's believed to be a record-breaking 5.95 pounds.
Oh, they
compared to the average weight of 1. Yeah. Park ranger Kylie Gray spotted the monster while conducting track work. I wonder what track work is. I mean, heroin.
Yeah.
Sneaking off to do heroin, and she found the biggest toad in the world.
No, what was her name?
Kylie Gray. Sounds like a porn
she's
star
just
name.
really annoying, and they're like, "Hey, go do some track work.
Go
run around." Wouldn't it be? Would it be trail work, not
track work?
Track work. What the hell is a track at a?
What if that's like wet work?
Wow, so she's killing people.
I feel like they need another article that corresponds with this that tells us what track work is.
Yeah, do another rhyme. Can you do them on the spot? Toadzilla. That's great. That's a terrible name, though. What did they do with it? Did they
giant
eat it?
Cooked turkey? They killed it. It's an invasive species. Invasive in Florida too.
Oh wow! Have you ever seen a toad that big?
Well, mine weighed 5.85 pounds. That one's 5.95 pounds.
I'll show you one in my pants. Hey!
This was one of those things where the cane toads were introduced to Queensland to control the cane beetle population, but became damaging pests in their own right.
Unintended consequences.
Yep. Anyway, take it over, boss. Your show.
I got some Sisk stories.
Oh, really? Is that what you did this week? I wrote limerick. I wrote limerick.
Sorry. Not as good as Toadzilla. Mary Kay Brown had plans for a dying man's foot, according to a recently filed affidavit. As the registered nurse
starting off strong, I like it already.
Amputated her patient's right foot on the afternoon of May 27. She told colleagues that her family owned a taxidermy shop. Her co-workers recalled her saying that she planned to take the 62-year-old patient's foot from the nursing home and display it at the shop. According to them, she wanted to put a sign next to it that said, "Wear your boots, kids."
Oh, because if you don't wear your boots, you get your foot cut off. I get it.
Yep.
All right.
62-year-old man wound up at Spring Valley in March. He had fallen at his home when the heat went out, suffered severe frostbite on both his feet. Several nursing home employees described his feet as black like a mummy. Around this time, Brown asked Larson, the nursing home administrator, for permission to amputate. Larson said no, so that's the boss, telling her to merely stabilize the foot instead because he thought the man would die within hours. Defying those expectations, the patient held on for several days, prompting Brown to amputate the foot because she believed it was the right thing to do.
All right, so what was did you ask me?
What do you think she cut it off with?
How gruesome is this on a scale of 1 to 10?
I don't know. I think I know what these things are, and it seems like it would be exceptionally painful.
Circular saw.
No, because that would be fast.
Oh, okay. A butter knife.
Close, I think. Gauze scissors. Like to cut gauze?
You know those short scissors that are kind of on an angle? You know,
So they should cut off his foot with those.
Yeah. They're pretty strong scissors. You can cut through like 2 or 3 layers of denim meat pretty easily with those things.
They put the guy's foot in a freezer after.
So where were like doctors and people and when all this?
I don't know.
That's
They had
wild.
to monitor the man to make sure that the foot didn't get stolen.
All right, that's a pretty good story. That's a strong starter. Yeah, she couldn't have been just a normal nurse before. There had to have been some warning signs. Like, did she,
She's just always talking about chopping people's limbs off.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy has a hangnail. Should we chop off his hand?
She had to have been planning this. Why didn't she bring something in that was a little more equipped to cut?
Yeah. I'm just wondering for you.
Bone saw or something.
Like we'd probably need something that like went right through.
I mean, I have a ton of tools.
Oh,
I definitely have circular saws. I got recip saws. I got jigsaws.
Like are they you could just bring them to a place and chop a guy's leg off, or you need an extension cord?
Yeah.
So if you get does frostbite spread?
Yes.
So that's why you have to chop off the leg?
Please don't ask any follow-up questions.
That's why you have to chop off the foot so it doesn't keep spreading?
I think it spreads.
I think it's just done, right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like
But
if you
I
got
don't know.
frostbite and you don't deal with it, it would just spread over your whole body.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I wouldn't do that.
So
But I bet
why do you have to chop the person's foot off?
Well, you couldn't just have a dead foot, wouldn't you? I mean, he probably should have had it. So, I mean, if it was
I don't know.
black, if the foot is black, you probably something's pretty.
He said he felt better after, but I can't believe chopping your foot off, you'd feel better.
You'll meet him at the Magrum Festival. I've got a guy that lives out here that cut his own finger off in the parking lot of a hospital.
Yeah, but did he feel better?
Yeah, he's he works with his hands. He's like a tree removal guy. And
I get
he said the
sorry.
finger just got in the way, So he's like, I just don't want it anymore. It doesn't do anything. I can't feel it.
Which finger is it?
His pinky.
All right, here's Sisk story number 2. This is just, I don't understand. This is like part of the world where this is a whole story, and at the end you're like, these people should just be shot.
Okay.
For nearly a year and a half, a Massachusetts high school, another Massachusetts story here, has been lit up around the clock because the district can't turn off the roughly 7,000 lights in the sprawling building. The lighting system was installed when it was built over a decade ago and was intended to save money and energy. But ever since the software that runs it failed, on August 24th, 2021, the lights have been on continuously, costing taxpayers thousands of dollars a month. There's all these stories of like the town officials trying to turn it off, but they can't figure it out. Like they can't figure out how to turn. Like, wouldn't you get fired at that point? Like, turn off there's got to be a plug or something.
It's a computer system failure, and what I know of computer systems, you got to do. Now, did they reboot the system yet? Did they just turn it off and turn it back on?
They said they need a replacement part, and there's no switch. Like, they didn't get a switch on the lights.
And Advanced Auto Parts wasn't open when this whole thing happened, so.
They said it's some part from China that they haven't been able to get. They blamed, like, COVID, the supply chain, and
the COVID supply chain's been tearing us town apart. I'm sorry.
And they got an estimate on to replace the whole thing. Guess how much it was?
$85.
$1.2 million.
Wow, we could do cheaper than that.
We could just go and like take out the freaking light bulbs. They could give us, if they paid each of us $100,000 a year, every night. I think we would take out all the light bulbs and put them back in the morning.
Not a whole lot of job excitement. You want something that kind of challenges you a little bit, don't you?
Do we just get to hang out at the school all day after that and make fun of kids or something? Or
and just take out light bulbs? I feel like at some point you just get really, really depressed.
we would get, but it'd be me and you. We'd be hanging out all day.
But I mean, we got to go around an entire school to take out the light bulbs. You're gonna spend hours taking out all the light bulbs.
7,000, yeah. Then we have all day. We just go high five. We go to the library. Maybe
I don't think there's going to be any free time. I think if you're replacing all the light bulbs in a school, you're going to spend all your time. You're going to have to eat while you're working.
We don't have to. We don't have to replace them. We just have to twist them enough that they go off.
Oh, you're right. All right, this is probably a pretty good idea.
Do you think there's like a power wire into the school?
Yes, I think this is ridiculous.
Can we put a switch on that or something?
The power company doesn't have the ability to turn it off.
Like every night they could just turn off the power?
So this Wisconsin school, what was it? Massachusetts? This Massachusetts school has found the key to perpetual motion or something like that. That
you can't turn off the lights. It'll be the last place
even the
on
supplier
Earth.
Of the electricity can't turn this off. That's ridiculous. This is the dumbest.
It would have been better for the school if the power went out.
Stop paying the power.
Yeah. So Lily DeGrande.
That's my cat's name.
Who's now a Lily DeGrande?
Big Lily.
Who is now a 16-year-old junior and a co-editor of The Smoke Signal, the online high school newspaper, published an article on November 3rd. She broke the story.
No way.
With the headline, "What's Wrong with the Lights?" And then after that, all the people got pissed at all the officials, and the officials are like, "There's a software problem. We can't turn off the lights for 2 years."
Wait, Lily DeGrande really did break the story in a high school newspaper?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's up with the lights?
Wonder if she was meeting people in like dark parking garages.
Do you notice the lights are on at night? What's going on with that?
Hey Lily, did you think about just calling the power company and saying, "Can you turn off our lights at night or something? Can you please make some sort of patch here so that can you please just turn the lights off at night for us?"
There's got to be a way to reboot it, right? There's a way to turn off everything.
Maybe it's in that utilities section of your computer. You know, the little gear thing? If you click on that, you get to printers and drivers.
That would be incredible if there was just a computer
It said light system.
Off.
Never even looked there.
Set timer for light system.
That's what I would. Yeah. Was this a Dear Mooga? Go into your computer settings file folder. I don't know what the words are. The one that looks like a gear. Click on that. You'll find your way in there.
Or it's some kid, Lily DeGrande's brother.
Yeah.
Messing with him. It's like, "Hey, Lily, I got a story for you. I went in the principal's computer."
"Hey, Lily, do you have a date for the prom? I've got a lead on a pretty big story, I think. If you go to the prom with me, I'll tell you about it."
"All right, Manuel, what's the story?"
"What? My name's not Manuel. You're thinking of that guy that looks like me."
"Oh,
I'm Mary Kay Brown."
"Your name is Mary? Okay."
"I was named after a nurse that allegedly cutting a yeah."
"That woman got done. I wish somebody would turn these lights off like Mary Kay Brown cut off that guy's foot."
"I see the similarities you're talking about there between our light system and his foot problem. I like how you make what's that called? An allegory? No. What's the word for that?"
"Your voice has gotten just
No, I don't know how to do a voice. I don't know how to do a prepubescent boy's voice consistently."
You're just talking like a Kermit or something. Like Kermit, I don't know what to do. The voice phone. That was a great voice. Oh my. Oh. I'm crying.
David Crosby died.
Oh.
I think either yesterday or the day before. He was cool. I don't know. He seemed like an interesting guy. I didn't really do a whole lot of research here. I just thought he had it's one of those guys.
2 thumbs up, David Crosby.
Kind of lived life on his own terms, it seems like, and he was a pretty. I think he was to me, he was one of those guys. Rest in peace. He does seem a little tortured, right? He was like an addict, and he had tragedy in his life, but I really like that song, "Sweet Judy Blue Eyes," which, now that I think about it, wasn't written by David Crosby. That's a Stephen Stills song.
Did he sing in it?
Yeah. He took part in it, so therefore,
All right, there you go. My favorite song that he was kind of in.
I know. I thought of that yesterday. I'm going to say something about David Crosby, and then I totally popped into my mind that how much I like that song. Do you know Sweet Judy Blue Eyes?
I don't know if I know. Should I play it?
It's probably like my favorite love song I've ever written. There we go.
Oh yeah. Should we talk over this? Can you hear us? Can we hear us?
It's kind of loud.
I don't know.
I'll play it. You don't have to listen to the whole thing.
I'm gonna be the producer.
I can put it behind.
Because you were no. Maybe I'll just do it right now.
Maybe not.
Because remember you took over my stuff.
Oh, that's right. Anything else you got?
I'm gonna throw this in the background.
I got a little mag bag here.
How about David Crosby, everybody? Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
We love you.
You and
They sang. It was like, I mean, it's music. If people were singing it now, you might make fun of it, Mark.
Why? I think this is a very heartfelt song. The
That's
lyrics.
what I mean.
No, I that's what
People make heartfelt songs now. You're like, that's cheesy, man.
No, if it's cheesy, it's cheesy. If it's heartfelt, it's not. No, that's what I like about this song. It's just, I think it's full of emotion, and I think when I listen to music, I like stuff that's got like that. It feels like torture. Like you had to write the song. You know what I mean? Like feels like, and we were supposed to be honoring David Crosby, but it feels like Stephen Stills had to write this song. He had to like get something out of himself, and I just think that makes for good music.
Imagine growing up in our music was decent. Imagine growing up in the 60s and 70s, like just good music was coming out all the time.
I think it still is. We just don't know where. Well, to be honest, now that I say that, I don't know. People don't just play instruments and get good, and
yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
and it's hard when you can play Minecraft.
Yeah, or just splice something together.
Before your parents were like, "Don't play the guitar, hippie." Like, I'm gonna secretly go off and play the guitar and then write a song.
No, you could just do it on your phone.
And then it became big. They didn't even know it was going to be big. They just loved doing it.
Right. Like two guys starting a podcast, just hoping for the best,
Yeah, but we
crossing
didn't know
your fingers.
It's going to be big.
Checking in every Friday night at 10:20 p.m.
They just loved it. And then all of a sudden, they were making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got real, and then they got depressed.
Heroin.
Then they sold this to like Volkswagen as an ad.
He got into heroin because his girlfriend died in a car accident. David Crosby. That's how he got.
Tough.
Yeah. Yeah, you can turn it off. I didn't.
That's it. We're done.
Oh no. If you want to keep listening, I love this song. I don't know if
it's jamming out in my headphones. I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
I haven't listened to music in like headphones in a long time.
That's kind of how that's the only way I do, because I generally at work. But like
those headphones, like really good headphones, and you're just jamming out to the song.
Something cool about having fluffy things on your ears with good music coming out of it.
Yeah.
It feels very nostalgic.
My dad used to do that like every night. Like come home from work. Yeah, he'd be like, shut up. And
I can't. What?
He'd put in the headphones.
Can't really hear you.
And he'd play like music in his thing. Maybe it calmed him down. I don't know. I should ask him.
I bet that's it.
Maybe we'll talk to him about it.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Should we wrap it up or what?
Yeah, but maybe turn the song off to wrap it up, right?
Oh, sorry. I know you're getting nervous as the producer. Theme song by Meggie Yellox. Email moogaandsisko@gmail.com. We are on the social media sites. Follow us, the Magroom Pod. Like and subscribe to our podcast.
Or
listen to us.
Podcast?
And yeah, I forgot what it was called at first.
What have we been doing?
Nobody send in any ideas about the festival.
Yeah, thanks everybody. You guys are the best. Can't even take a fucking email. Like
2 weeks. Aren't we 2 weeks away?
Yeah, but now you're all uninvited. Nobody even only
Just
me and you.
Me and you eating tacos
food
in the
trucks,
driveway.
Food truck. We got carnival games and stuff.
Me and you eating tacos in the driveway.
That's it. None of you guys are invited anymore.
Remember to engage the world. Put down your phone. And come to the festival. I know Mark said you're not invited, but you're still invited. February 4th, there'll be food trucks, horse tranquilizers, human meatballs. You know what you didn't put in the episode last week either?
You didn't say it.
I didn't say it? I said it at the end.
Go back and listen.
All right, I'm going to listen to the raw feed because the people didn't know what to do last week.
Yeah, I got a lot of phone calls. Like, what am I supposed to do? Stick with the mag with the stick room and every.
Do it in your voice.
Hi, everybody.
No, your boy voice here.
Stick with the mag room, and everything else is cream cheese. Stop laughing so hard. I nailed that.
That's great.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
Is my voice beautiful?